Hello. I have no idea how the coverage is going to be out here, but I will head in very shortly. I'm going to wait for a few people to connect. I know you're all in it at the moment. And hopefully we will see you all here shortly. So I'll wait for a few people to connect. I've already told Giggle I'm live. I'm still in my morning attire, so I'm cash. But a lot of people have been purging. Okay, so as I said, I'll wait for people to connect and then we can get into the downloads of what I've been having. I do want to talk about a few tools this morning, obviously through this transit, what we've been experiencing, and maybe some ways to really help you stay sane during this transit, which is very fire orientated. When you do look at the planets, it is very fire orientated. Definitely with the meditation when you've got time, I mean, because we are, you know, in our mind, we're transmuting a lot of frequency. And, you know, in our mind, hi Lauren, we're going through a grand change. And I think the healthy way to look at it is look at the collective, look at different people around you, because I'm seeing a huge trend between female energies and male energies and the way they're doing things. And we are doing it. We're doing the same, we're going through the same frequencies, but we're also going through, how can I put it? Feminines are expressing it and wanting it to come out, and it's coming up in a, you know, a crown chakra activation, because we can feel the downloads and we are tapping into the collective, but you're also feeling other people's frequencies at the moment. Hi Stella, hi Luciana. The thing I am noticing collectively in males I'm visually viewing, and this is a really easy way, you can connect this to your twin flame journey, you can connect it to just some adversity you're going through and things you're looking at, whether other people are going through it as well. Feminines have been wanting to get their pretty on, okay? It's like really doing a lot of 3D work. Some of you have felt that your path has been quite blocked. And I've got my stepchild here, he's going to come and ask me a question. What's up? I'm on YouTube. I'll be in 5. Squidged his nose against the window. So with what you're looking at, it can be potentially you feel doors are closed at the moment, okay? With the energy of the doors that are being closed, we need to start looking at things a little bit differently. It can be anything to the degree that our ego is telling us the doors are closed, therefore we're being punished. And I did broach this subject with Giggle Glimmer this morning, because a lot of us are really triggered. And it, like I said, it does feel very bipolar energy, very manic energy. You know, you can be very good 1 minute and then you can feel very triggered by a scenario or just a direct vibration, and it's taking you backwards, it's taking you right back. So you're going backwards, you're going, oh great, you know, am I going back here again? I had a great day, so where's this coming from now? It's very hard to keep anchored in and grounded right now. If you're completely, and it can be you're operating from your feminine or masculine energy. Now, if you're potentially operating from your masculine energy, you're going to be in it too, because what you're going to be doing, and feminines and masculines do this the same, because we both hold both energies. So regardless of what counterpart's doing, or if you're not a twin, it makes no difference. Look at your own energy and it's balancing in the feminine and the masculine. Both energies of the Cancer and the Capricorn is feminine masculine energy, because it's father figure and it's also mother figure with the Cancer. So it's male and female energy balancing the two. So we're feeling very imbalanced at the moment. We can potentially be bouncing back and forward to an empath energy, then back to a very 3D energy of, you know, doing work and trying to get things done, being very rigid in our thinking, a very egoic purge as well. How can I put it? Masculines are wanting to achieve quite a bit at the moment, but a lot of karmic energy in a clearing out is coming about. While you're directly tuned into it, you're owning that vibration, and it is the same as being psychic. So when you're tuning into a direct person, what you're actually doing is you're plugging into their energy source. So you're then directly tuning into their energy. And it's a bit like clearing a house, which Luciana has experience with. You go in, you need to prepare yourself. You need to meditate. You need to be prepared for that. And we should always do that. You know, it was Jen who really taught me to check in with myself daily. So, you know, we have accountability on our side of the fence of what we can and can't do in our vibration. So it can be, Okay, do I want to do that today? Somebody asks you if you'd like to do something. And usually if you're in your, I've got to be accountable, I've got to do the right thing, you know, the very 3D notion of being, you tend to just do it for the sake of doing it, not because you've actually checked in with yourself and you're going, well, do I actually want to do it? You need to get to a point this month of stopping and actually listening to what you are feeling. So it could be anything to the degree of being empathic towards yourself for a change. When you're tuning into the other person, you can use the mirror, but one thing I have noticed is when you're in the dense, thick energy of it, it's a very difficult time to heal because you're in a very purgatory state, you're in a very egoic state, and you're not vibrationally in alignment to do the work. So you need to just be okay with the fact that you're feeling vibrationally out of alignment. Once you do, you can then anchor your energy back in, because if you're tuning into a person, what then happens is you're in their energy source. So you've tuned into them, you're thinking of them, and now you've owned their vibration. So their vibration now becomes your vibration because you haven't closed the energy off. Hi, Andrew. So when you're tuning into another person, what potentially they're doing, even just thinking of them opens Pandora's box and their energy source comes into you. You're going to then need to take time out from that. So if there's no solution, we do all the intuitive work through our third eye and our crown. You need to close that off and you need to anchor your energy back into yourself. Otherwise you become distorted feminine, distorted masculine, because your source has energetically shifted outside of your core field. It's tapped into that person, and now your energy is disconnected because their energy is inside you. So to allow them to actually hold that vibration, you need to focus yourself onto something. So it can be focusing on something like your fingernail or doing breathing exercises to anchor your energy back in, to come back into wholeness. Breathe it in, breathe it back out, and then close your chakra off, okay? Close your energy source and your crown chakra off, because what you've done is you've brought their energy in, so you're holding their vibration and you're transmuting their frequency. So it can be very toxic, it can be very aggressive, it can feel very stuck and in an egoic state. So you're now taking on that person's direct vibration. It can happen in a way to assist with their process. Naturally, a lot of what will be occurring with you will be occurring for that direct reason. But anything that's coming towards you is directly what you've attracted. Now, a lot of what has happened with both masculines and feminines, males and females collectively, is that we have learnt to be a particular way. So when we're triggered, it's because we've had a spiritual walk and we've evolved, right? But your pain body experience and your old soul is telling you, that means that X, Y, and Z is going to have to change. That means my counterpart's going to have to change. And if I've changed and I don't keep doing things the same, then that means they're going to have to change. But your ego's saying, they're going to never change. They're going to never, never, never change. Therefore, if I've changed, I'm fucked. Okay? Not real. Again, you have the 7 stages of healing. So your ego is telling you what you're seeing on a 3D is what's going to be. Now, what you're seeing on the 3D, you're bouncing from being a spiritual being to a 3D being, back in the old way of being. So again, it's distorted masculine or feminine, because you are being motivated, triggered by old energy, and you're going back into old belief systems, but you've had your spiritual walk in. So you're not grasping the fact that you're like the guy in the Matrix. We are energy and we attract things. So it's almost like you need to believe this world's not real. It's almost like you have to understand that the vibrations of what we feel are divinely guided, and you need to become best friends, like I said to Glimmer, with the Tower card. Now, the reason I'm saying that is because when you have chucked a manifestation out there into the universe and you're saying, I have had a spiritual walk in, I've changed, I don't resonate with X, Y, and Z anymore, but the only way this could ever work is for X, Y, and Z to evolve. You get back into your ego state and you're like, but I don't think that'll happen, okay? You need to not worry about how that's going to happen. You need to understand you've manifested it. So in the manifestation of it, and I will get back to the reading, but I need to explain this point. The Tower card comes in because you sent it to universe and you said, I've had a spiritual walk and I've evolved beyond this point. I can't be that person anymore. Hi, love. So what in fact you've done is you've sent that manifestation. Now, this transit at the moment, what it's actually doing is it's giving you a timeline jump. So a lot of what isn't working is being shown. A lot of what isn't working for you internally is being shown. It seems like similar scenarios, but it's not, because you're not the same. So, but your ego is telling you, oh shit, this is going to be the same. I'm not, and it's like you're kicking and screaming and you're going, I'm not going to do this shit the same. I'm fucking not going to do this shit the same. I get that. I've been there myself and I'm doing that myself. Because what's happened is you're going back into the egoic state. You're not trusting in the crown, plus the process, plus the reality that that tower sorts shit out, okay? Our ego tells us, how does disaster make things better? Well, because certain things, it's a bit like in astrology when you see the 0 degree. When a planet is in a 0 degree point, you get to the point where it's like, okay, this is the new beginning. Now, that's the Fool card. When you look at 0 in a vibration, infinite potential, but then you look at there's always the higher level of the number and the lower level of the number, like the good aspects of the number and the lower aspects of the number. Okay, the good aspects is there's infinite potential. Anything can happen. If you're in a pain body experience, shit, anything could happen. It could be really shitty. So it depends on your vibration. Infinite potential with the Fool card, shit could go down. And I'm sorry if I'm cussing, but this is the astrology, okay? We're just talking real, okay? Infinite potential. And then if you're in your pain body experience and you haven't done the work, you're like, shit could really go down. Okay. Astrology is like a weather forecast. You define you. The weather, you could be walking out in the rain and going, this is awesome. I needed a shower and it's friggin' free. Or you could get a phone call from your twin when you really can't talk and you could go, this is terrible. It cut my live chat out, okay? So it depends on the attitude you're taking. So at the 0 degree, in astrology, there's infinite potential. Now, I'm hoping this isn't lagging. When you're looking at the World card, it's tying things up, but it could be the 29 degree point. Now, at the 29 degree point, it's messy as shit because we had our psychic downloads and we didn't listen and we didn't take divine action. Okay, we had the power, we didn't do it. So universe then brings the friggin' tower. Is this lagging, Shelley? Because I am outside. If it's lagging, tell me, because I don't want to look like some lizard person. Because people freak out with astrology. They're like paranoid and, you know, Neptune helps us do that. So with the 29 degree point, it's like, you know, if we haven't taken direct action, 9 times out of 10, what has happened in that situation is it looks messy as hell. With the messiness, you know, the Tower card does come into our life because we wanted that new beginning. But our ego is telling us, I'm picking up this vibration, I'm sensing this vibration. Now, okay, let's hope this works now because I've messaged him. It went buffering because he called me again. He knows I use this for work. So, as I said, 29 degree point, it's when in astrology, you had several warnings, the 3 warnings from universe. Now, he's called me 3 friggin' times, okay? He's had a warning, right? Now, if it goes pear-shaped, I'm going to have to start this feed again. He pisses me off. He's really triggered at the moment. So it's funny because for 3 weeks, and this is why I tend to look at my union, my process. Many of you guys think that because you're not in union, you're not going through the same vibration. I go through the same vibration as you. What directly is happening in your life is connected to your soul path. That's why I say to you, because I've been on both sides of the fence, what is happening in your life is happening in my life, but the way we react to it and what directly is in front of us is a belief system. We are magnets. We attract what comes. We still emit the same frequency. So at the moment, I can say, there has been an energy where I have been checking in and looking at different masculine energies around me, and they're all uniquely doing a similar thing. What you guys are feeling on the inside of you, which is coming up and out, is what they're feeling on the inside, but they're not allowing it to come up and out. Now, when you're settling and you're going, I've released it, I've looked at it, I'm trying to do this, and it's, you know, you have your egoic perch because you're looking at it and you're like, every which way I've looked at it, you know, I'm feeling this, I'm expressing it, it's not being heard, what do I do? You're going to come to a peaceful place where you're going to resolve it and just go, give it to universe. You'll go through these cycles, right? Masculines will be up here, feminines will be down. You'll be purging like an MF. You'll be like, oh, I'm in it. You'll be looking at it, you'll be, you know, through your third eye, your ego, you'll be looking at the past, you'll be looking at the future, then you'll be trying to anchor your energy back in. Get back to now. Get back to now. The only way you're ever going to cope with your ascension symptoms is trying to develop techniques through your life, because it's forever. Okay? I'll be honest with you, it's forever. Working on your energy source is the most powerful tool. For feminines at the moment, a lot of what's going on with you guys is you're having an upgrade. You really need to master the art of checking in with yourself, nurturing yourself, and it's for your sanity. Bloody trust me, be it you're with them or you're not, you're going to need this, because if this transformation is for the rest of your life and you get these psychic downloads, you get psychic attacks, you will get to a point where you will go out in society and you can't be near people. You can't go into hermit mode for the rest of your life. You are a beacon of light. You are meant to be with people. You are meant to heal people. It can be through your actions. It can be through your words. The people that directly link in with you. I've been super frustrated the last 2 weeks trying to come to you guys, which is obviously things that's changing in my life and me owning my power and speaking my truth, getting into alignment. Lots of transitions happening, but there you go. Each individual has their own light, then you have the light together. So you have a joint mission, but you also have your own, which is you. You have to, and especially when I notice, for me, be it you're in union or not, when you're shifting your energy too much onto that person, you're distorted. You've become too attached because you're not shifting the focus back onto self. So that's really a mastery that you will need to develop to bring your energy back in, to be able to anchor yourself at all times, okay? Now, the runner-chaser is always both parties, and I will be making videos on that subject matter. In fact, I'll probably be rewriting the whole bloody twin flame journey, to be quite honest, because from my experience of looking back, I've noticed different things that really haven't been discussed. And that has usually been while runner-chaser mode's going on, both parties are running. Because when you are at that pivotal point where that pressure cooker's going and you're going, oh, I'm trying, and it's like playing chess in a twin flame situation, and it can even be in your spiritual path. It doesn't be a flame journey. You reach a point where that no longer works because you go inside yourself, you outgrow it. So they potentially will move away. Meanwhile, you were thinking, oh, I'm cooked, I'm done with this. This is like way too hard. And then bang, the runner-chaser mode comes up. But you were running inside. And that's the mirror. So it's what you've got to understand. You always, feminines and masculines, have complete power over this connection. You have power because when you actually understand that you are the same as each other, you're doing it differently, you're doing the same thing at the same time, there is a direct subject matter going on in your life that is identical, but you're transmuting it differently. There is a key to your journey inside you. It's by looking at that you need to deal with it. Now, with this transit, the one thing massively that has been coming up is a lot of us are getting very paranoid. Very paranoid. The astrology to a degree does help, but then you look at it and you could be potentially psychoanalyzing every subject matter of your life. Am I making the wrong decision? Why am I feeling this way? Is my work correct? Why is this door closed? Is my counterpart out of alignment? Am I out of alignment? What is coming? Is a tower moment coming? Is this ever going to get better? Is it going to feel like this forever? I get it, I'm there, okay? the reality is what is coming up is Neptune. And I named this video about Neptune because, yes, Neptune very much is connected to love. We don't tend to look at it that way, okay? Neptune is about delusions and illusions, but it's also about the creativity and being able to actually, you know, alchemize that and get that off the ground. But it's also the delusions in it. But we could be semi-paranoid right now because we've had our spiritual walk in and we've got to a point where we've gone, look, I can't, listen, Linda, I can't go back to that old way of being. That's not who I am. You could be looking at other subject matters and that means change, like change, real change. This could be moving house. This could be where are my friggin' finances coming from. Capricorn, it's connected to, you know, government bodies. Am I going to have finances? Am I going to have health benefits? What if these systems shut down and don't work for me? It could be our codependent patterns and connections and looking at them and going, I need to dissolve a connection. What does this mean for me? Am I going to be okay? Again, codependent patterns, but the full card, infinite potential. So we're all in it. We're looking at it and it means our whole world's changing, but it already had. Now, from January, probably even from last year, the videos I was doing, and look, I've been giving readings for years. My psychic readings, one-on-one with you in an energy source, when I can really spend the time with you and tune into you, especially if I don't know you from a bar of soap. I have had people over the years come back to me and go, I want a reading from you again. They come in different ways and it will be anything down to what I'm seeing, and there will be things in there mainly for you to know that the cycle has started. So there'll be messages in it which will be like a time on a clock. And I'll go, when you see this or when you experience this or this subject matter comes up, bang, the clock has started. I don't question my readings. I'll tell you the truth, I don't. Because what I see, what I feel has always come through. Energy sources can change. Now, how do I put it? And there's a reason I'm mentioning this, and it's got nothing to do with ego. Looking back on my old videos, Giggle was looking at one. So with what I was picking up from last year, a lot of what was happening with masculine energies was they had had their epiphanies and something connected to a karmic situation. I know it's driving me nuts. Is coming to a seismic end. Now that hasn't occurred in many areas, but the energy really has been in a ball of energy under their power source, and it's been coming up probably for the last 3 weeks, and I tuned in back to it, and then I had to think about being psychic. And this is interesting because what do feminines do? We sense it, we deal with it, we're direct, right? Masculines do it differently. We sense it, we directly deal with it. So they're doing the opposite. So for the last 6 months, a lot of what's been going on has been in internal processing. Trying to put Humpty Dumpty back together again, trying to keep the peace. Now, our ego tells us, we look at our ascension symptoms, our process, our jobs, our homes, our karmic partners, and the process that we went through in an egoic state, we're looking at it and going, it took me a while. It took me a while to get my shit together there. Wish I knew what I knew now. Yeah, potentially a lot of feminines are very angry at themselves for that too. It's like, if I knew what I knew now, I would not have been so cruel to myself. I really would not have been so cruel to myself. And, you know, it's very painful. You almost get to a point you're looking at it going, is it really worth it? All this for this? For this? Doesn't make sense. No, it doesn't, because it's not what it's about yet. We haven't quite seen what it's going to be about. She's awake. Okay. So we haven't quite seen what it's about. But what I am predicting, okay, is a lot of what has happened has been going on the inside, and it has started. So what's going to start, and what you guys need to be prepared for, is what you've been getting in a download. The agitation, the fear, the anger, the aggression. What you're sensing empathically is not your vibration. It's what's to come, but it's not happening on your side of the fence. It's going to be happening on the masculine side of the fence. So I'm pre-warning you, brace. I see the tower. I do see some things where, as long as you as a feminine can step back out of your own way and trust in the process of you anchoring your energy in, not enabling, not taking over, just really focusing on your side of the fence, you're going to see a few things change. But, you know, obviously each person is on a different path. If you need the help for that, you need to book a reading. I will now and then ask you about where your journey's at so I can actually work with you on your blockages, because you are the key to your journey. Through that, I can tune into what they're doing, but you need to understand that you always have power on your side of the fence to change that journey, okay? The energy that is aggressive, you're transmuting it, but you're picking up on it because you've tuned into your masculine. So they are going to be doing a massive change between now and August. I'm not looking forward to it, but I understand it's necessary. So I don't know what that is. I just know I'm seeing a volcano. I'm seeing something connected to Neptune, and I'm definitely seeing a bit of taking their power back. So trust in the process, and be prepared, because there is going to be massive changes. But I do feel a very aggressive energy, and it's for them to actually own their truth. You know, they know their truth inside, and a lot of what is going to go on with them, it's a bit like a rebirth, but it's an emotional rebirth, because it's the resolve that feminine's had, where you're looking at your life and you're deeply pained because you're taking accountability. You're looking at people and you're seeing where you can't be codependent, and that if you want your light, you need to actually find that from within. Your home is within. You're also looking at your finances and realizing that your creativity is all down to you. You have the power in your hands. That your inner beauty is not about what a person's opinion of you is. It's about your belief systems of who you are. I mean, look how far you've come. And each of us are on a different path. So for them where they are, you can't teach people these things, okay? This is something that's learnt and experienced. So it's only through joining or experiencing things with people, places and things that help us learn these things. This can be with your twin, it can be without your twin. You know, our ego needs to step away to understand the tower could be a karmic partner. The tower could be a job. The tower could be finances. Every issue we purge is because it was a belief system in our ego, in a pain body experience that we needed to disconnect from. So we will be doing this work for the rest of our life, but it feels very emotional. To actually feel that vibration in masculines. It feels very liberating, because the epiphany of knowing what your truth is, even if that means you will hurt people, places and things, is deeply painful. But it's also being so in your own truth, because we use vices to hide, right? So the codependent patterns can be smoking. No, it's not going to work. Okay, being in a relationship, and somebody told me this the other day, and I don't know who it was. I think I do, but I'm not going to mention names. You're in a connection and you're going, oh, you know, once this tax return's done, I'll move. Or once we've moved house, or once the kids are moved out, I'll do X, Y, and Z. And, you know, after a while, all those excuses, because you're doing it for another person, you're not doing it for you. You always have to do things for you. Otherwise, it's like a battery. It's going to go flat. And then you're going to be looking at that empty battery going, I've got no more to give you because I was doing it for you, not for me, because you haven't been filling your cup. So masculines are at that point at the moment where they've been doing things for the sake of other people, and they've been emptying their battery to a point where the reality and the light is on, and they're going, this isn't in alignment with me, and even if I wanted to do this for X, Y, and Z, it doesn't fit me anymore. It's like Cinderella and the three stepsisters. The shoe doesn't fit. You can't make it fit. You're trying to go back to that old way of being. You can't make it fit. It's just not working. That's where they're at. Nothing can ever be attracted to us when we are in our own vibration, though. If we believe, I've tried cutting cords. It doesn't work. I can cut cords with other people. I have tried to cut my twin flame cord. It didn't work. The one thing you can cut is the codependent patterns or the attachment to transmuting the healing. Okay, cutting cords doesn't work because that's not, you are the twin. You are the karmic. The karmic, okay, when I say karmic, you need to hear me out. We both hold karmic energy inside us. We are twins. And energies, even aside from a twin flame, we hold karmic energy inside us because it's something we've got to purge. It's a lesson we need to learn, so we attract it. Like attracts like. So our belief attracts what we need to learn. Don't give a karmic energy power, okay? So when you tune into your partner or a person or a people, place or thing, when you keep tuning into it, you're re-energizing that friggin' ever-ready battery, okay? Don't be doing that. Listen, Linda, you need to shove that energy back on you. You need to put the energy back to you because you're giving them power because it's your belief inside yourself. They're never going to leave their karmic. They're going to be with their karmic forever. The karmic has more power. The karmic's manipulative. The karmic got fuck A, okay? Because at some point, their battery of the manipulation is going to be gone and the blinders are going to be open and they're going to be going, love does not manipulate. Love does not have anything to do with money. Love does not have anything to do with sex. Love does not have anything to do about what you can give me. It's got to do with a vibration, okay? And if you are being the best version of yourself every day you can be, and that person doesn't come towards you, I've turned my internet on. Okay, so are you getting my gist? Are we understanding what I'm saying as it's zoomed in? Also, I hate that. Never mind. So I'll do another session later. I have wanted to come to you guys, but I'm trying to balance situations at the moment, and it's just got to a point I'm waiting for the school holidays to be over, and then I can just focus on this and balance in the routine to move forward. So, you know, when I tune, I like to be in the energy, but a lot of what has been coming through has been a lot of people triggered. I get your vibration. I do feel a lot is going. You have light inside you. No, can't believe me, karmic is screwing themselves up, okay? No, karmics do not have power. Masculines choose to be there where they want to be. We chose to be where we wanted to be, and that's accountability, okay? If they want to be there, the love vibration, if you're true twin flames, you get to a point you love them unconditionally. You're like, if you want to do that, that's great. But it doesn't mean to say I'm going to accept crumbs. But you get to a point where you start having that self-love. Because, you know, love, unless you can love yourself, you cannot love somebody else. And when you look back at your path and you see the things that you experienced, you're like, I ain't going to do that. I'm not going to do that no more. Okay? I'm not going to do that no more. And I'm sorry, I unsubscribed to karmic energy. You don't need to be wary, because if you have got your money and you have got your friends and you have healed the cracks that have occurred prior to your twin flame, because trust me, there's shit there before your twin flame. You can't break what's broken. It can't break you, you're broken. You can then find the peace with those breaks and know that nobody can ever do that to you again, because everything that physically could happen has happened. Don't even tune into what else could fucking happen, because this is going to happen too. Tune out of that. Let go of that belief system. You are emitting your karmic frequency into universe and manifesting it. You need to tune out of that, because it's something from a past life. It's something from this life. And I mean, even past life, I know I've had a past life. I remember before birth. And besides that, it just, like, that's me, right? I try to tune into this lifetime of what's going on. You can look at your charts and you can see past life, and I thought it was bloody hilarious because I can see the synchronicities. Tune into here and now right now, okay? Don't think about all the terrible things that could happen, because you've changed. You couldn't do it anyway. You'd be like, no. I have no angst towards any karmics. I don't hang with that tribe. They're not my tribe. I don't, toxic energies. I can be around toxic energies. I see they need a tower to learn their process. That's part of their life path. And you can do things the hard way or you can do things the easy way. You're going to friggin' learn. You're not immune to it. Another thing that came up when I was talking to Giggle was, how do I put it? We are taught from a very young age that if we're good, we're going to get good things, and it's crap. And this is something that we need to really outgrow. You are not immune to having crap happen, okay? It's going to happen. I tried to explain to the kids the other day. I said, we're brought up a particular way that if you're good, you're going to get an ice cream, okay? But then the ice cream, you go to the freezer and there's no ice cream in the freezer, and they're like, why has that happened? Because things do happen, right? Shit happens. You're taught at school, if you behave correctly, you're going to go far. And then a recession hits, and you're going, I don't understand. That was what's taught. If I'm good, I'm going to get good. Trust me, I've been fucking good in my life, and I've been a cow at the same time. I have not been perfect. But I've seen my fair share of adversity in my life. I could actually go into victim mode. I could write a book on the bloody crap and go, you can't make this shit up. And in my higher consciousness, like, why would you pick these people, places and things in these scenarios? But because I'm not immune to crap happening. Because shit just does happen. It doesn't mean to say universe is against me because the door's closed. Maybe I need to see the art of the beauty in the one direct situation I've got in front of me at that time. Maybe something as simple as it's raining, it's clearing the negative energy, we're having a purge, we have water for the garden, and we should be grateful. Okay? Now I'm going to cut it short, and I will come back to you guys a bit later because I have responsibilities. But I will come back to you guys a little bit later in the day. Love and light.